It's always free parking on holidays, right? Still doesn't mean you can park anywhere. Imagine going to your car and getting not one, not two, not three, but 4 parking tickets. This is what happened to Annie Martinez and 200 people this weekend in Clark County. Many Nevadans beg the question, why shut down the local bars that can hold 20 to 30 people and not the casinos that can hold thousands? Simple. The governor says masks can be worn when gambling, but not when drinking. Most of us like to start off our morning with a good old cup of joe. But what if I told you this morning, instead of waking up to coffee, you'd be waking up to a mountain lion? And with these prices, if you want to go out, you better get your wallet out, because chauffeurs around Hollywood now have to add an increased surcharge. And now Kathy is up to over 10,000 crunches a day. That's more than any 30-year-olds I know. The closure of the Las Vegas Strip resorts resulted in a nearly 98% decrease in room taxes that were designed to go towards the Allegiant Stadium in April and May. Thanks, Brian. This afternoon is a much different scene here at Lake Mead and Rampart. The roads are back open, and right at the scene of the crash is now a makeshift memorial. The community has been coming out to show their support. You can see they're dropping off stuffed animals, balloons, and even bubbles. Family members identified the victim, who was stabbed to death here at this convenience store in Maywood, as 26-year-old Diana Bias, whom everyone called Nellie. While it's usually a bit toasty here in Las Vegas, this week in particular hit a high of 115 degrees. You feel that hate? Because I know I did. Parents have had a hard time entertaining their kids during quarantine, but now that the pools are back open, the families are happy.
A daily fill-up at the pump is essential for milkman Jimmy Pastor. But with a 15% price increase here in California, a simple task now interferes with his 30-year-old business model.
Now it's going up 10 cents a day. I mean, it's scary. I have no idea what gasoline is going to be by the end of this month or the end of next month.
So at the risk of losing customers from increased prices, Pastor has to carry on and soak up the costs.
I can't afford to just pay gasoline costs and just burn it up in smoke. It's real money. We're not talking pennies. We're talking dollars.
Hiring was put to a halt and 2 salespeople were already laid off. And today marks the 27th consecutive day of increased prices, bringing the national average to $3.70 a gallon. For California, that means that drivers are paying 50 cents more this week than last.
And with these prices, if you want to go out, you better get your wallet out, because chauffeurs around Hollywood now have to add an increased surcharge of up to $68 for one night on the town.
And even if you don't own a car, these gas prices are still affecting you. With the increase of surcharges from deliveries across the country, customers will find higher prices for the products on the shelves. If the prices continue to $5 a gallon by summer, businesses like the Milkman may soon disappear. This is Ashley Bornancin reporting from Los Angeles.
Inside the few hundred square foot apartment of Annie Shattuck,
we can do a lot of stuff. Plus, I have tons of stuff in my closet, too.
is her client of over a decade, Kathy Mayon.
A lot of my senior clients don't want to go to the gym. They're not comfortable. They're fearful. So they come here and they can still get an exercise and still try to get out a little bit.
For Kathy, exercise isn't just a way of life. It saved her life. She was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, but refused to accept it.
My neurologist told me I had to go get ankle braces and a cane and a walker and all that stuff. And I said, no. And he said, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to the gym.
A retired eye surgeon for children, Kathy's grim prognosis was seemingly reversed by her determination to overcome.
It wasn't fair after working 80 hours a week for, all those years.
And it doesn't mean Kathy doesn't have her weaknesses. They do something uncommon together. They practice falling.
It makes an enormous difference, because if you're confident and you know you can fix a fall, then you're not so scared of falling.
Annie is a certified senior fitness trainer and knows the difference between working with someone in their 40s and someone like Kathy in their 70s.
As you get older, you're comfortable with what you've become, and you're too scared to change it because you might hurt yourself or you might fall. So you're just very comfortable in your life, even though you're complaining and you're not happy with it. When you find somebody that can kind of, I don't want to say be there to hold your hand, but you build that relationship with, it's almost like you want to do it to show them that yeah, I could try that. I'll do it. I did it. And then they see themselves, I did that. What else can I do?
Annie warns against the dangers of not moving regularly during the pandemic.
Lack of movement causes degeneration. Movement causes regeneration. So we're not just talking about muscles. We're talking about all the hormones, your glucose levels, everything chemical in your body that would normally just kind of start to get dormant, maybe just metabolism, everything just kind of goes down. So the more you exercise, the more you're in contact with people, your trainer, whatever, trying things, you're getting that stimulation.
And now Kathy is up to over 10,000 crunches a day. That's more than any 30-year-olds I know. But my question is, Kathy, can you keep up with my arm curls?
Probably not.
And there's something about exercise that can give all of us the mental strength that when faced with hardship or illness like COVID-19 or otherwise, we too can overcome.
They can beat it. They've got the mentality and the mental discipline to understand that with exercise, with stimulation, even though they're watching TV and they're watching the news or whatever, they can feel it in themselves physically that they are strong and they can make it to the next day or the next week.
I figure when you're alive, you have to live, although I am not going out to, public parties and all that stuff.
But for now, this is working out.
Excellent.